I'm Tim Walling with SC Legal Carry. We train people to get a CWP in the state of South Carolina. If you need a concealed weapons permit, please look us up online at sclegalcarry.com. Now folks, what I want to show you today at the range, this is a clone firearm. So the original firearm was the Tokova, and I may be saying that wrong, the T-33. It was a Russian-made gun made in World War II. This firearm is clear, and this is a Zastava, the M70A version of it. And I've done a good bit of stuff to this firearm. Was missing the front sight. The rear sights, I did find it in the box and was able to put them back in the gun. Finish was pretty good on the gun. The barrel on the firearm was in really rough shape, so I pulled the barrel out and I completely buffed it out. I had a lot of grit in it when you pulled it back, and I thought maybe buffing the barrel would take some of that out, but it must just be the nature of the firearm when it does that. Now, this is a muzzle brake on the front of the gun. This does not come on the firearm. I ordered this and it fits the T-33. I had to do some alterations to it, to the guide rod, and I had to open up the center of it because the newer barrels must be a little bit thicker than the original barrels. And then I sanded the whole gun down and I camoed it. So I used black, green, and tan on it. Then I did a clear coat on the gun. It was too shiny for me. There was a little orange peel in it, so I wet sanded the gun. I ordered a new set of grips, some black rubber grips. I'll show you a quick picture of those. I just did not like them on the gun. When I came and fired the gun, I didn't like them. I didn't like the way they fit and felt on the gun. This thing has got a great feel to it. You can see how thin the grip is on the gun, so you can get a good hold on it. Check out the magazine release. Easy to hit that magazine release there. This gun, and it is clear, we are the only ones at the range. This gun has a really nice trigger on it. It's got a 1911 style trigger on it, and you just apply pressure. It's got a very clean, crisp break on the firearm. And it's got a little bit of take up and not much creep at all, and the gun just fires. I tried to check the weight on the gun and it says it's about an 8-pound trigger, but there's no way that's 8 pounds. That feels more like 4 when you pull it. Now, the trigger was real crunchy when I got it, so I completely disassembled the gun and I pulled the trigger out, and there was a lot of tool marks on it, so I got my Dremel out and my stone and I sanded those down. The next issue I had was the magazine. There is, if you'll notice, I cocked this gun, no magazine in the gun, it fires. There was a magazine safety in it. So when you would insert the magazine, right about here, the magazine would stick. And then when you went to drop it out of the gun and hit the mag release, it wouldn't fall out of the gun. You had to grab it and jerk it out of the gun. So I actually opened it up, found that piece, and I broke it off. And now the magazines go in easier, and when you hit the mag release, they just spit right out of the firearm. But the safety, the thumb safety on the firearm, it still works, okay? Even when you cock the firearm, the safety's on. I didn't mess with the safety at all. I just removed the magazine safety, which makes the hammer drop when the gun doesn't have a magazine in it. Myself, I think it's a nice looking gun. I didn't really have anything to lose messing around with it. And I did find these front sights. I got them on eBay. A guy had them for $4, the original sights for it. They're extremely tiny on the firearm here. We've got a narrow sight picture. So let's fire it. Let's see how the gun fires, how accurate it is. So let's load it up. We got a round in the chamber. Our safety's off. Let's just check the accuracy real quick. So I am center of the target, about 8 inches to the left. So I do need to drift this front sight, but I'll just compensate for it right now while we're shooting. There we go, we pulled it in. Gun fires really nice, runs really well. The recoil on the gun is manageable. And as you see, magazines drop right out of the gun. Let's try to run it kind of fast on that still down there, see how we do. We have the round in it, safety is off, and here we go. And we're clear, slide forward and hammer. So, nice gun, a lot of fun messing with it. I do not suggest you break that magazine safety off the way that I did, but it was just a pain in the butt for me to get the magazine in and out on the gun. I really didn't see it being a necessary thing on the gun for me. I also do not suggest that you drill the front out on this compensator and add it to your gun and make the changes to the guide rod. It worked out really well. I'm really pleased with it, pleased with the gun, the way it looks now. I think it's going to be a nice addition to my collection. So remember folks, be a responsible adult. Don't push your responsibility as an adult off onto a child. Buy gun locks and gun safes. Till next time folks, take care.